So on the Satoh S650G, if you want to clean what was here, the air oil cleaner, I have the parts here on the ground now. The first thing you want to do is on the bottom, sitting here, the reservoir, and then on top of that you have this piece that fits into that bracket. You can take the oil reservoir off. It just comes off with these 3 clips. Make sure you don't spill the oil. If you're wondering about the oil fill level, it has it right on the outside of it there. And on the Satoh website there is the specific amount that you need to put on there. So once you get the reservoir off on the bottom, you can pull off the top cap. It's pressure fitted. That sits on the top here. Pull that right off. And then the rest of it, this whole tube comes off, and the end of it right here attaches onto the intake going to the carburetor. Mine just slid right off. It wasn't too tight. I imagine it's supposed to be tight, but it wasn't. So that came right off. This is the part that goes to your carburetor here. Then you can clean out the inside here. I don't think it comes apart any farther than it does, unless this bottom piece comes out, but I'll run some rags and stuff through there, soak it in probably kerosene. The filter part, this mesh screen, it actually says, is it on here? Nope. On the top here, it does say clean and refill oil wash mesh screen element, clean and refill oil cup, wash mesh screen element in kerosene and drain every 100 hours. And then it says at the bottom, Tokyo Rokiko Ltd, Tokyo, Japan. So I'm going to assume I can wash the whole rest of it in kerosene as well. You can see there is an O-ring on here that mine doesn't look terrible. I imagine there's a new O-ring you can get for that if you'd like to. But I don't think the rest of this assembly comes apart. So those are the different pieces. Again, take the reservoir off the bottom. The mesh screen is held on by this bracket. It's on there, and then there's a wing nut on both sides. I have this other one off, and mine was pretty tight on there, corroded, so I sprayed it with some WD-40 and then took a pair of pliers to spin the wing nuts. Just be careful once you get the wing nuts off that you don't drop the whole filter on the ground. I did see on the website that there is a air filter model or part number, although I don't know if it's for this oil bath or if there may have been other models of this tractor that did have a dedicated air filter, or if that's the one that they're talking about. But I believe that the air filter, when I looked at Napa, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $40 maybe. It was just enough that I didn't buy it right off. So so the next step, soak that in kerosene. I've already wiped out this, although it's kind of hard to get inside the edge. I might fill that with kerosene as well, let it sit for a little bit, run rags through this, and then put it all back together. And that's about it. I wasn't sure really how it all came apart, but It was pretty simple. Took about 5 minutes from me not knowing what I was doing to knowing what I was doing.